We have a dozen apps just to meet people for casual hookups. Isn't that illegal in your country?
Not illegal. We have Tinder and shit like that, but I feel like casual sex in my country is not something you talk about with pride. You know what I mean? Like, here, if I'm like, oh, I slept around, and it's like public. It's like public known story. Like, my sex life is in the public. That's kind of weird. And if you have one, that's weird. If you have none, that's fine. Something like that. Yeah, so like being a virgin is actually good. Like, it's a good thing in our country. But I'm not gonna lie, there is always a shade of misogyny in there. Because if you're a guy and you've had sex, it's kind of like whatever. But if you're a girl and you've had sex, it's like, oh, disgusting, horrible, no one's gonna ever love you ever again. Stuff like that. So that probably does happen.
Thing there. Guess I know where to move to.
Well, to be fair, if you're a guy and if you don't have sex as a guy, people just think you're like a pure guy. But if you've had sex as a guy, you're like, oh damn, you got Riz or something like that. But if you're a girl, then you kind of get like shamed on if you've had sex before marriage, if that makes sense. So when I say like women have more to lose to have sex, you get what I mean, right? Like, you put yourself on the line for this guy, you could potentially get pregnant, rumors could spread and your image is ruined. People, like, the moment people know you're a woman and you're not a virgin, people just treat you like you're, and this is kind of harsh, but this is how I see it, like a prostitute a little bit. So, and I know this because I had a friend, I don't know if it's true or not, but there was rumors. They were in a long committed relationship, but then they broke up, and then rumors start spreading that they're not, like, they've had sex before, etc., etc. And people just like don't treat them nicely anymore. You know what I mean? Like, guys still try and talk to her, but it's always with the intention of sex. Does that make sense? Like, there's no like, hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling? That shit's out the window. They're just kind of like, hey, are you down to have sex? Hey, are you down to like, let's go to a club and shit. Like, it's always like that. Like, the decency just kind of goes out the window. There's no courtship. So that's kind of what you risk if you have sex as a woman, where I come from. That's why I also don't like casual sex. It's so stupid. Like, if you're a guy and we have casual sex, for example, you gain a lot of reputation. I lose everything. For what? Like, yeah, nah, you ain't worth that shit, all right? My reputation, you ain't worth that shit. Hell no. There's an orientation for the way you feel. I found that I identify with it. Perhaps you would too. I identify as demisexual. I have to be very close to people before those thoughts even cross my mind.
Thanks, Therigwin, for the 6
I'm a bureau with you, chat. Maybe this is a bad thing, but right now, I'm gonna take shelter under the asexual umbrella. Am I asexual? I don't know. Right? I don't fucking know. Because people are saying everything is a spectrum. And it's so hard sometimes because when it comes to like sexuality and shit, it's not just you. And I know that says like that's kind of bad, but your viewpoint on sex itself, not like the people you love, that's different, right? Like, you can love whoever, but your thought process on the action of having sex can be impacted by how you were raised, the people around you, the shit you've experienced. So, is this really like, are you really asexual or are you just really traumatized? Like, you need to figure that out. So right now, I'm not dealing with that. So I'm just gonna take shelter under the asexual umbrella until I figure it out. Am I
Thanks,
gonna? I don't know.
Underscore 78 for the 12
it's so much, you know, like, when people think it's like, oh, it's equal not horny, that's not true too, though. Because I'm not the most educated, but a lot of my asexual friends say that it's a mix.
Demisexuality falls under asexuality, Michi.
Oh, then I'll take that. Because the thing is, I don't think I've fallen in love with someone to the point that I want to have sex with them. You know, like, yes, I've been infatuated before, and there are people I've had crushes on, but would I have sex with them? No. Do I picture myself having sex with them? No. Absolutely not. But I love spending time with them, and I want to spend time with them. Like, that part exists. So it's like, I don't actually want to have sex with them. So I don't know, but maybe I just have never really fallen in love. Because my definition of love is also different. I don't feel anyone should be put on any sort of pedestal just for having sex. It should ideally be treated as something natural rather than it being a game or a cardinal sin. I agree, but the opinion of society is not easily changed, right? So sometimes you just have to fucking go with it, but I agree 100% with you. I feel like sex is not super taboo, but you should be safe. You know, like when I say this and people are like, oh, you know, I have sex all the time, and just take care of yourself because, you know, there are germs and STDs and stuff like that, and you could get ill, and sometimes you might be having sex with the wrong people, and you don't know who they are. You know, you're sharing a private room. Okay, here's the best way I can say it, but I'm gonna sound like crazy a little bit. But think about it, right, chat? Unless you're having sex in broad daylight in the fucking public, which is illegal, usually you're having sex in a place that is secluded. If they can't hear you moan and they can't hear you scream, they can't hear you die. That's like, what if you have sex with someone and they're gonna kill you? No one's gonna know. So, like, there's so much risk. Okay, this is how I think, all right? Maybe I'm just really scared. You know that I'm really scared, but like, there's so much risk. Not only is there germs, you could get like an infection, a disease, an illness, and also you could die. This person can fucking kill you, and no one's gonna know. Because like the whole point is no one can hear you scream, and that could be taken sexually, but that can also be taken very scarily. Like, would you really put yourself in a position where you are secluded and in private with someone, and you may or may not just die? Like, if they decide to like game end you, no one's gonna know until like it's too late, right? Like, that's a lot of things to risk. You know, you're really putting your trust out there. You're naked. Like, you know how many times vulnerability is portrayed as nudity? Like, you're naked, you're alone, you're secluded from the world. You're so vulnerable with someone that you don't know. That's why, like, one night stands, friends with benefits, I still can understand. But like one night stands with strangers or like casual hookups and shit, no. Because like I trust you because we're in front of everyone else. But in private, I don't know you. I don't know you like that. You don't know me like that. Okay? Like, what if I fucking die? Like, what? I'm not gonna do that. So, yeah, it's a lot of fear. You
This
know?
ain't even asexuality. It's just paranoia.
I've considered that. That's why I'm like, I can't fully say with confidence, like, hey, chat, I'm asexual. Maybe I'm not. But I have a lot of fear.
Remember,
Who says
don't
that?
stress about how you identify yourself. It's a process you don't have to rush. Take your time. It's not bad to choose a temporary label. Like you say, it's a spectrum label. I just heard to simplify discussion.
One thing I've noticed, a lot of
Michi,
asexual people are so nice. So I'm just gonna take shelter under the asexual umbrella for now. But I'm never gonna say I actually am. Okay, I'm just taking shelter under it. I'm like your adopted foster pet for the time being. If you're willing to have me.
Crazy, but I have the same thoughts.
Right?
It's the most vulnerable you would ever be, and being hesitant to be vulnerable with someone is a natural, normal feeling.
Exactly. Like, it's so scary. Okay, thank you, asexual people. Just don't mind me. I don't take that much of a space. Just in a corner right here. You know, just for now, I feel like I'll just chill here for a little bit. It's a little bit less scarier. You done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you so hot that I melted. I fell right in the quiet. I have tears in my eyes before the cool done.